You always feel sad when the team performs the way they performed. You feel for the players. I thought it was a dominant performance from our team. Created the chances, especially first half. Even second half, where I thought we were not as sharp as the first half, but we still created good chances. I understand again that we just played 2 days ago, and it would have shown like it showed the second half. But one thing that was missing in all the performance was just the goal, and the team deserved better. But I can't blame the players for the performance today. We just totally dominated the match, created the chances, but the ball just did not go into the net.
Good evening, Coach. I hope you are. Unlucky on the result. Coach, I mean, Tembinkosi Lodge as well as Happy Chele. I think Lodge maybe rested as well as the captain. Is it in anticipation of Saturday? And would I be wrong by saying that key players start the game and then take them off? Just your thoughts on you starting, well, Lodge not starting and not being in the 18. And secondly, Coach, how far is Tseho Fatomabasa being, on the bench for Orlando Pirates? Because I think prior to him not being the past couple of weeks in the midday squad, he's been doing relatively well. Main reason why he's not playing for Pirates at the club at the moment? Thank you.
Lodge had an injury yesterday. He was in the team in the last preparation. He had a muscle strain, which is why we couldn't take him along. We hope from our medical team to get the feedback whether he'll be ready or not ready. But currently, we're not sure. With Happy, it's just management. With Happy contributing so well as a leader in the team. But again, we still have to manage him. He played so many games. We played the full match when we played in Nelspruit. And for him to play again today and play on the weekend. So it's just management with Happy. Tseho Zumabasa is okay. It's just the competition, like it is. I said before, Pirates have got 6, 7 good strikers. It's just competition. He's training well, and I'm hoping that he'll get his opportunity soon.
Thank you, Sister. Evening, Coach. Evening, colleagues. Coach, how do you view this result ahead of the derby? Is it 2 points dropped or 1 point gained? Thank you.
Definitely 2 points dropped, but when you look at us having played on Sunday, drive from Nelspruit back to Johannesburg, prepare one day, and then you play today, and still perform the way we performed. I thought the dominance just deserved a result. We more than just dominating possession. I also thought we created the better chances. Sometimes I thought there were tap-ins, but the ball couldn't go into the net. So getting to your question, I think it's 2 points dropped. But let's go into the next match with the right mentality and then take it from there.
Thank you, outstanding, and thank you, colleagues. Coach,
Okay, please wait for your turn. I've asked Tashrik to take the next question. And Tashrik, please ask.
Thanks, Sandy. Hi, Coach. Tough luck on the result. Looking towards Saturday's big match, does this Soweto derby still hold a big stature in South African football, given the current state of the league and what has happened in the past few seasons with Mamelodi Sundowns dominating the league?
My brother, can you repeat the question? I did not pick the question correctly.
Sorry, I'd like to know from you, from your perspective, does the Soweto derby still hold a huge stature in South African football, given the recent times where the likes of Mamelodi Sundowns just dominating the league in most recent years? Thanks.
I think you can't take away the strength of Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs. I don't think the derby has lost anything except to say that there's no supporters. The supporters have got a big role to play in such matches. And I think the only thing that's missing is the supporters. And you must also see that COVID has really affected big teams than smaller teams. Smaller teams enjoy playing in empty stadiums because they are used to that. But bigger teams find it a challenge. And I think Pirates, to an extent, has been affected by that. So if you're asking me about the derby, Kaizer Chiefs, again, being the big team with the big support, I thought they have been affected. I think that's the only thing missing. And it also affects the quality of the game that is displayed on the day.
Thank you, Sustandi. Coach?
Hello, Coach. Lorenzo from Midusky Times. I just want to ask you something that you said. You mentioned that you guys have seven quality strikers at the club. But at the present, only 18 goals in 21 games. Obviously, it's it's difficult, rotating especially with so many fixtures piling up. But what is going wrong for Orlando Pirates with so much quality in midfield, in attack, that there's just this.
I think the Achilles tendon, the Achilles of our team is the fact that a lot of players just came back. If you look at the strikers that I'm talking about, the others where the passer was injured, he has been out, Gaba has been out for whatever reason. So how they came back, we only have all of them now, but how they trained, injuries and other reasons have caused that they are not at the same level of fitness. So while we're choosing, but there's also other things to manage, issues like that from injuries. So I acknowledge that we haven't scored as much as we want, but again, scoring does not only depend on the strikers, it depends on a lot of factors. For the amount of dominance and matches that we have dominated possession, I think our final third has not been the best. Whether you score through strikers, whether you score through midfielders, but yes, I acknowledge we haven't scored frequently as we want, especially with the dominance of possession that we have had in matches.
Sustandi, thank you. I don't know what happened because all the time when I'm about to ask, then it switches off. Coach, you have said it a mouthful that you played well, but unfortunately the goals were not forthcoming. Looking at the game coming this weekend, and then looking at the stats between you and Kaizer Chiefs, I'm sure you'll agree with me that you need more points than Kaizer Chiefs this coming weekend.
Unfortunately, the derby has got no form. The derby has got no history. Anybody can win the derby. It depends on the day who's more prepared to do well in a match. The mentality, maybe the freshness. But again, I wouldn't go for form. I wouldn't go for history. It's just that the team that is more prepared will win on the day.
May I ask the final three questions, Karang, before you go ahead and ask the question? May I ask that you refrain from asking questions related to the Soweto derby because there is a derby, as press conference tomorrow specifically for the Soweto derby. So, Coach, I'll also ask you to refrain from answering questions related to the derby tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Ostandi. Coach, what exactly disappointed you this evening? Why couldn't Pirates score? Because there was a couple of opportunities created here and there. We saw Sakele Basa just a couple of inches. The ball looked stuck on his feet. What was the main reason Pirates struggled to put the ball at the back of the net this evening? Thank you.
It's an easy question from the look, but it's a tough question. As a coach, you first want to have box entries, final third entries. You want numerical advantage so that it gives you an opportunity. And again, you need somebody to take the decision to score. I thought today we had the numerical advantage. We had the entries in the final third. We had the right movement. Maybe the final one of taking the ball and executing and putting it in the net did not happen. At least the processes towards creating chances, it's not a big worry in that sense, because it becomes a big problem that you don't even enter the final third. But when you play against a low block but still create the number of chances that we created, it's encouraging. We just have to work more, maybe frequently on such situations and repetitions of such, so that players can get the confidence of scoring. But it's not a big problem, yes, from the look, because you're not scoring. But I think it is manageable.
Coach, we saw your goalkeeper coach being sent off there. Can you please share with us what happened there? Thank you.
I don't have all the details, but what I had and what I shared with the officials is that if there were insults that were exchanged between the two coaches, the goalkeeper coach and the head coach of Cape Town City. If that was the case, then give the red card to both of them. Surprisingly, this one gets the red card and the other one doesn't. But I'm used to this about officiating. The lesser said about officiating, the better, because it's not in our control. But if you count the number of decisions that go against our team, you should be the witness. Golden arrows, the hand, the player holds the ball like a goalkeeper, but no decision. I'm just giving you one example. There's plenty like that. So decisions about officials, let's leave it to the officials. We are not in control. Let's try and control what is in our control, which is the players in the field and the outcome.
Thank you once again, Ostandi. Coach, just a general question, and this is based on having followed you from Colorados now to Pirates. You're one of the honest coaches. Coach, I'm looking at the game now. Sundowns are leading, and if they win this one, you might be 18 points or so behind. As an honest man, Coach, do you really genuinely feel that you might catch Sundowns? You've got an opportunity of catching Sundowns this season? Thank you.
Let's control what is in our control. Try and gather as many points as we can. But from the look of things, I think the trophy is in Sundowns cabinet. It's up to Sundowns to take the trophy out of the cabinet for competition. But from the look of things, realistically, I think the trophy is in their cabinet. But if it's not mathematically like that, anything is still.